Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's Monday, and the Dallas Cowboys are starting week number 3 of OTAs, and we have practice today, tomorrow, off day on Wednesday, and then practice on Friday. What's been interesting is they've only had one day a week that's been open for the media. I'm kind of liking that there's less access for the teams, for the team to go ahead and have access to the team. Did I forget? I left that paint, didn't I? Damn it. I forgot the paint that I needed. Damn. I should turn around and get that because I need that to touch up the cabinets. Damn it. Getting old and forgetful. Yeah, I'm going to make a U-turn and go back and get that. Because if I don't, then that means it's going to take more time. Okay, we're going to go make a turn because I forgot some shit because I'm a dumbass. Anyway, back to OTAs, okay? We got the Cowboys OTAs today, 3 days this week, and that's it for OTAs. Then next week, on the 10th, we have minicamp, which is mandatory. Now, the question you have to ask right now is, will Micah Parsons be there this week? We don't know. The Micah Parsons watch should be on. Now, again, this is voluntary. It is voluntary, which means you don't have to show up. Now, if you are the average player that doesn't have a big contract and a lot of money and a key player, your ass, it's not voluntary. You got to be there, because if you're not, you're showing the team that you don't give a rat's ass, and you can be cut and replaced. You don't give opportunity for others to take your spot. When you're Micah Parsons, well, you can go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to take a week off. And basically that's what he did. He was traveling. We don't know where he was traveling to, although I did see his dad, I think in Mexico. I don't think it was I think his dad was, I saw a picture on him on Facebook with his dad. I saw his dad on vacation, I think in Mexico. I can't remember where, but be that as it may, it might be they took a family trip. Now the question is this trip for more than a week? Will he show up for Dallas Cowboys training camp? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. We'll find out later on today if he's a show or not. Here's where, of course, it always gets interesting, okay? And that is the shit starting channel. It's funny how Pro Football Focus, Pro Football Talk, with Mike Ferrillo, who is the biggest shit starter out there. You might remember some years back when Dez Bryant was working on getting his contract, this jackass said there might be a tape out there of Dez Bryant 10 times worse. 10 times worse than the Ray Rice video where he punched his wife in an elevator. And that started a whole firestorm. Adam Schefter commented on it. All the people were out looking for this video and stuff, and they were literally trashing Dez Bryant. And to this day, after they slandered Dez Bryant, there's been no tape and no apology to Dez Bryant. None. They literally trashed the man and his reputation, and nothing. So, what you got now from Chris Sims, failed quarterback that's always trashing Dak Prescott, and Mike Ferrillo, is that Jerry Jones is sabotaging Micah Parsons' contract for views. That he's only doing this because he wants to make a media spectacle. Now, I'll be real with you. you know that the Cowboys are a media group. They know how to turn it up. Sabotaging it would be, we're not going to get it done. We're just trying to screw it over. Of course the Cowboys are doing this for more media, to take their time and things, to keep the conversation going. However, we made a play. However, I don't know that they really need it. I don't know that they really need anymore. George Pickens trade, boom. That put that shot, Brian Schottenheimer there, boom. Michael Irvin now having a man crush on Brian Schottenheimer and feeling giddy about where the Cowboys are now. Micah Parsons' contract? Do you honestly believe that Micah Parsons, who has more pressures than anybody else over the last 4 years, and now all of a sudden has even changed Momo's opinion of him? Because Momo before was always trashing, hey man, Momo trashes everything. And prayers to Momo's family. Momo's sister is not doing well. She's dying. She doesn't have much time left. So I'm going to be kind. I'm going to try and be easy on Momo. But Momo now is like, damn, Micah Parsons, he said, I watched some film on Micah Parsons and I didn't realize how much they hold him. He's like, that guy is really good. You think? If they called it like they should, that'd be 4 or 5 holding calls a game. It's gotten to the point where you as an offensive lineman, if he's beating you, you automatically hold. You automatically hold and roll the dice on a penalty. Because chances are, you're not going to get called. You're not. We know if you don't hold, he's going to get a sack. And maybe cleans your quarterback's clock. If you do hold, you got maybe a 1 in 10 chance of actually getting a penalty called on you. So I'm imagining that coaches are telling the offensive lineman, hey, if Micah Parsons is beating you, grab him. Just grab him. Worst thing that's going to happen. Because here's where the philosophy, you look at it and say, it makes sense. If you hold him, worst case is you get a 10-yard penalty. Right? Okay, you don't want a 10-yard penalty. But you might not. If you don't hold him and Micah Parsons is getting there, you may get a sack that might be 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 yards, or a turnover, a strip sack. Or even worse, your quarterback gets jacked up. So I have to believe offensive line coaches, when it comes to Micah Parsons, are saying they probably will not call the penalty. So hold him. We have seen guys literally bear hugging him from behind, arms around his neck. Arms around his neck. We've seen 2 guys where he's splitting them and there are 2 guys holding him and no calls. So, there's that. But back to my original conversation here. I'm actually back home and I can go in here and grab my paint and then go back. Fortunately, I remembered before I got too far gone. So that would be, if I were an offensive line coach, that would be exactly what I would say. Hold. And you hold for a second. All right, got my paint. I'm good to go now. So that needs to be squared away. You know that teams get away with holding Micah. They have no problem with that, and it's a damn shame. I wish if they started calling that shit right, Micah Parsons would have a hell of a lot more sacks. be it as it may, we've got rules for everybody else, and then we have rules for the Cowboys. Cowboys gets no breaks. They get no quarter. All right. Beyond that, next thing we got to deal with is Jerry Jones intentionally slowing down the contract negotiations and sabotaging them? Well, Jerry Jones, of course, is recognizing something. Okay.